Fabrizio Romano has come in and given an update on the latest in regards to United's transfer plans, confirming 3 more signings, also saying one deal is expected to be done in the next 24 to 48 hours if Manchester United get their decision in. They're confident of bringing in this player. What is the latest on exits from Romano? He expects some movement next week. Zubimendi fee has also been confirmed. Should Manchester United do it or not? Amrabat exit is looking increasingly likely. Amrabat deal probably off. Anthony looking like he's going to stay. Collier to play more, and One Star fails his medical to join Manchester United. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your late night 10-minute transfer roundup, where I round up all the relevant transfer news that's come in the last few hours in 10 minutes for you guys, starting with Fabrizio Romano's latest update. But first of all, please do hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe down below for daily United content, 2 to 3, and even some days if there's crazy news, 4 pieces of content a day: a morning live stream, an afternoon live stream, and a late night video. So it was said 3 positions Man United will / could do something based on outgoings is centre back, left back, and midfielder. And Romano's confirmed our next 3 signings, and 3 signings we want to do is a centre back, a left back, and a midfielder. So who is that believed to be? So if we look at the centre-back situation, I know that we want 2 centre-backs. We've recently been linked to Pacho. In the past, we've been linked to Anasio and Hancho as Branthwaite alternatives. Branthwaite is United's dream. Branthwaite is who Man United want more than anyone. But it's increasingly unlikely to happen. Everton have made it clear they do not need to sell unless we pay crazy money. We're not going to get Branthwaite. And Ineos have made it clear, well, we're not going to make crazy money. And I think even as much as Ineos want Branthwaite, they know that they can't play crazy money now, because if they cave, it's going to give them a reputation of overpaying, and Man United the reputation of overpaying, and it will cost us in future windows, which means Ligt is probably the most likely. Now, Ligt is waiting for the United move. He has personal terms agreed to join Manchester United. He's open to United move. He knows that we have to sell or do some potential movements, but Ligt really wants the move. Bayern are open to selling him. The green light is there. Bayern are waiting for us to bid. It was also said in regards to, centre-backs that United could potentially explore. We did have a look at the likes of Gay, but I think he's going to be overpriced as well, and a couple of other players in the market, but I think it would be Ligt. In terms of left-back, we've not really been linked to many left-backs. Loan moves for Cucurella and Reguilon, but Enzo Maresca views Cucurella highly, so I don't think he'll be going out on loan. Reguilon loan move, I think, is definitely a possibility. I think that is one to watch. We have been linked to Kirkers in the past, but it's been made clear United aren't going to pay the 35 million fee it's going to cost. 8 Nouri's when we watched in the past. So unless we get big bucks coming in, I don't see us moving for any of those. I think Reguilon alone is the most likely. But if we sell Wan-Bissaka, we may get 30 who can cover left back and right back as a Wan-Bissaka replacement. And I think keep an eye on 30 to United. And in terms of midfield, I think Agate is the number 1 target. That's who we're press ahead with. There was rumours of Amrabat, but it's very, very unlikely unless we're desperate at the end of the window when he's around. There's rumours of Rabiot, but that's sort of getting debunked. And obviously we do like Zubimendi, but is he the Agate alternative? Is he being used to lower the Agate fee? Or do Man United want both? Because there has been reports from the likes of Michael Plant that United want to bring in 2 signings this summer. We'll have to see. Now, one signing that is, close and expected to be done, depending on his decision, is Obi Martin. It was said that Man United are extremely confident of signing Obi Martin, and Man United want to make the deal happen. They're pushing for a decision from Chido is expected in the next few hours / days. So there's a feeling we'll get a decision from Obi Martin in the next 24 hours or so, and that should be done, unless he tells us he doesn't want to come. But he's told his teammates he's going to United. He's told people around him he's going to United. Apparently, Man United believe it's going to be done, and Arsenal sources have been told he's going to United. So, obviously, you never know with Manchester United. You never know with transfer rumours, but it looks like that deal could be done in the next 24 hours. It was also said that Manchester United remain active in the transfer market. We've got, obviously, Euro, and we've got Xerxes, and we want to get Agate in. But Fabrizio Romano says United are very active in the transfer market, not just for Obi Martin and Agate, but there's other players we're working on ins and outs. He said this could be a busy window for United. There could be 3 more signings on top of Obi Martin, which is 4. Potentially, if there's a sale of Jadon Sancho, there could be another attacker that would make it 5 more additions. He did say at the moment there were outgoings. Nothing is concrete or imminent. Something could happen next week. There's nothing. West Ham are making approaches for Kyle Walker-Peters. Have they walked away from Wan-Bissaka? They want 25 million for Kyle Walker-Peters, and you can get Wan-Bissaka for 18 million. Not sure what West Ham are doing there. Wan-Bissaka's better than Kyle Walker-Peters, but that's up to West Ham. There's a lot of interest in McTominay, but will anyone give us the fee that we want? Eriksen, not much movement is happening. Lindelof, not much movement is happening, but United are working to sell them. Casemiro waiting for Saudi, but not looking good in terms of Casemiro to Saudi. But he said nothing's concrete, but he expects things to happen next week, and I think United will be focusing on the outs. I think someone like Mejbri could potentially advance for sale, same with Pellistri, other players United want to offload. Now, Romano has confirmed that the Zubimendi deal would cost £50 million. Romano's exact words were, if I can get this up, Martin Zubimendi has a €60 million release clause. For some reason, I thought it was a €50 million release clause, but it is a €60 million release clause, which means he will cost £50 million. But there's a belief that that deal could be negotiated to around the £44 million mark, just under his release clause. Potentially, they could negotiate that. Now, for me, Zubimendi for £50 million, it's a decent fee, but I think we could get him for a little bit less. I think we could get Agate for about, I know PSG are asking for about £50 million for Agate, but I think we can get Agate for £40 million. I think you could maybe get Zubimendi in the £40 million range. Would you take Zubimendi for £50 million, guys? Let me know, yes or no. But I do think Zubimendi is probably a better player than Agate, but I think United see Agate as a better fit and a better long-term Casemiro replacement. Now, obviously, it's been said that United actually want to offload Eriksen, Casemiro, McTominay, and of course Mesri, which is 4 midfielders, and bring 2 midfielders in is what Man United's dream is, but they don't know if that will happen or not because selling and buying is easier said than done. I think in a dream world, United want both Zubimendi and Agate. That's who I want. 2 different profiles. One's really good off the ball in terms of winning back the ball, and that is Agate, and one's good on the ball in terms of dictating game, and that's Zubimendi. I think if we could get both of them in to replace McTominay, Mesri, and Casemiro, that would be brilliant business from United, but look, we don't operate that well. I mean, as good as any of us have been and as exciting as this window's been, we don't operate that well, let's be honest. So, what else is coming out? What is the latest in regards to Antony and his plans at United? Now, there has been rumours of Antony leaving. I think Ineos would like to sell Antony, but I've always said I think Antony will stay purely based off the fact that no one's going to pay his wages. There's a court case surrounding him. It'll be a massive FFP loss, and he's not been good. I don't think anyone wants to buy him, but Romano said that Antony's plan is to stay at Manchester United. His reps have already discussed it with the club. Antony's agent told Romano. It was said that Antony's agent, on rumours of his exit, said that he sees reports about a potential exit on loan. Antony's plan is clear. Manchester United want him to stay. He's focused on Manchester United. We already spoke about that with the club. Now, the problem that I have with Antony is I know Police will go and get money for him, but Ahmad is better than Antony, Garnacho is better than Antony, and Rashford's better than Antony. And Ahmad and Garnacho are starting on the right for me. And then if Jadon Sancho stays, he's a better player than Antony, which would put Antony as a 5th choice winger as an £85 million signing. If he's a £25 million signing, fine, but an £85 million signing cannot be a 5th choice winger in my opinion. Ahmad is better than you, Garnacho is better than you, Sancho is better than you, Rashford's better than you. You've got more chance playing left back with the injuries had there last season. Look, maybe Antony becomes the Ajax Antony and grows into a player, but I think it'd be better for him to leave on loan if I was going to be totally honest with you guys. So, what is the latest on Amrabat as he's rumoured to not be coming back to United? It was said by GFIN that Manchester United have informed Fiorentina that they will not sign Amrabat permanently. Amrabat has now returned to La Vola and has made himself available for the new manager, Rafael Palladino, with Fiorentina having received communication about the fact that United will not sign the midfielder on a permanent basis. Amrabat's return to Florence is likely to be temporary as he'll probably move to another club. And if not United, there is also interest from other Premier League clubs. It's seen that Amrabat wants the Premier League. Romano said further confirmation that Manchester United have informed Fiorentina that the option to buy Amrabat will not be exercised. United do remain interested in Amrabat, but not at the price of €20 million, which is fair. I think Man United are willing to get Amrabat at a cut price, but they're not that bothered about getting Amrabat because although his last 5-6 games of the season were good, it took him to the last 5-6 games of the season to be good. And to be fair to Amrabat, he was played out of position. He wasn't played enough. He was recovering from injury and didn't get a run of games. And when he did get a run of games, he was good. And I think if you can get him on a 10-12 million deal as a second midfield signing, cannot complain at that. I thought he did really well with Maino at the end. But you can't blame United for not wanting to pay 18 million to bring this guy in. It was also said by Dean Jones that Amrabat only has a future at United if a move for Agate proves difficult and alternative avenues are blocked. So maybe we're keeping him around because we can't sell. It was said there's a slim chance of a fresh loan agreement or cut price deal on the cards at the moment. And Man United obviously want a cut price deal. And it was said that Manchester United are only being linked with handing Amrabat a PR lifeline because they're unable to secure a replacement at this stage, according to Dean Jones, saying that he has a lifeline if we don't get Agate in. But there's an expectation the Agate deal should be done next week if PSG lower their price tag, and it's believed that PSG will lower the price tag because they surely have to admit they're going to have to take a loss on Agate because he didn't have a good season for them. It was also said in the future of Agate and obviously Rabiot that Manchester United have been holding off on making a final decision over Amrabat's future due to ongoing uncertainty over whether Casemiro, McTominay and Eriksen will remain at the club. There is an argument that Amrabat was never going to be able to fulfil his potential due to be being deployed in various positions, including left back. And I think if we'd have played Amrabat in midfield with a run of games next to Maino when Casemiro was poor, I think it could have been a better signing. But he wasn't impressive enough when he played, apart from right at the end when he did actually get played in his best role next to Maino. So I do think Amrabat could be a good signing for us, and I'm not bothered if we sign him on a cut price. But if they're not going to give him to us on a cut price, I get us looking elsewhere, because at the end of the day, he was here last season. Our midfield wasn't good enough last season. We need someone a bit more mobile. And it was said that there's nothing advanced between United and Rabiot as of today. I think it is, again, sources in Italy exaggerating the Rabiot to United news. And then lastly, it was said on Toby Collier's future by Ten Hag that Collier was in the starting 11 after deserving an opportunity, and we will see how he progresses. We saw last year with Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo what can happen. So the way is open for other players, and I think if any player is going to break through, it's going to be Toby Collier, especially when Casemiro hasn't been particularly convincing. Toby Collier athletically has what we need in midfield to partner Mainoo. I'm really excited to see what the future of Toby Collier is, and actually right now I almost want to see him play more. I want to see him play with Mainoo. I'm excited to see what he brings. Anyway, people, please do hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.